Hey guys, Wolvie here and welcome back to the channel. As always, the usual disclaimer. Any opinion here is mine and mine alone. This is part 9 now. This is not going to be a long video at all. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to check to see if this post, and that, because we're going to be focusing on this, and that more so than my monitor here, I do have something like set up. Now, what helps me test certain things is that, have like both a wired and a wireless mouse on hand, because that way if one doesn't work you have something else that will. So I have a quote unquote a jank keyboard right here. Got my monitor, which is a 32-inch, I believe it's a 1080p. I mean, it's one of those things where the sole purpose of this particular monitor is make sure that this thing posts. Now, I do have a flash drive ready to go so I get around to putting in the operating server here, but that won't be, that's going to be between part 9 and part 10. Part 10 is likely going to be the final portion of the components reveal, and to be more specific about that, it's going to be a reveal of what I wind up picking for the mouse. So it's the mouse, the keyboard, and a mouse pad. So it's going to be those three things. But first and foremost, I want to make sure this posts. And then once I get done with that, I'm going to get something ready so that way I can get Windows onto this build. And then after Windows, I do need to put in as many programs as humanly possible. That's applicable to what I want done with this build. More like IQ, because these scans right here, these are Corsair. Yeah, so the fans are here are Corsair, and I know they go through a program called IQ. And that's probably going to be one of the only sources of RGB for this particular build. So what I have done here, it's a bit of a, some people will call this jank. I don't care at this point. So I have everything, both the monitor and the build itself, connected to a power strip. Now the power strip is connected to that. So what I'm going to have to do here, let's see if it's which side. Okay, so that's on, so that's in green. So I'm in the clear. That's that. And then one of the things I have to do when it comes to this particular build is that I have to enable varying things like DOCP on the resize bar, so that way everything is on the up and up in that regard. So now, this is the moment of truth. I'm going to set down my tripod, because that's how I'm holding all this. Just do it like so. And mind you, the RGB in this particular build, just a bit of a heads up, it is minimal, and that is 100% on purpose. Now, from my understanding is like there's going to be some cycles which is on this side of the motherboard. If there's anything that shows up as iffy, I'm not going to be fretting about it, because it's like that way I can figure out what on earth happened, and that way I can fix that particular issue on like, you know, when I'm able to. So I'm going to plug in the backup mouse. So I have that. I'm going to turn it on. Okay. Not so sure. I'm going to try to see if this. Okay. Holy smokes. Okay, gonna. So staying at the orange, see here. So staying at orange, so I'm going to pause this. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on, and then it's going to be the orange light, so I'm going to check. Okay, so as you can see there, let me flip it back real quick. So I'm going to turn it on again. So it doesn't seem to go past that yellow light, the amber light. So What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this computer off. And that way I can figure out what on earth is going on. So, I could do this. Okay. So I'm going to check the screen here in a few. HDMI 1. Now I'm just going to wait here for about a minute. Now, if it doesn't move from that amber light, that means there will be more than 10 parts to this video, so that way I can figure out what's exactly going on here. So I'm going to wait for about a few more seconds. It seems that everything is running. Looks like all the parts are running. So I'm actually going to end this video, so it looks like it's not posting yet. So I'm going to double check the RAM, and that way hopefully we get to see something else. So with Wolvie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side. Psych! Do you really think I was done with this? Do you guys really think I was done with this? Now this is take 2. Now, what I did here really quickly was, it was like that DRAM, that orange, the amber one, and I actually had to uninstall the cooler real quick, so that way I could get to the RAM. So it looks like one of the RAM sticks was not fully seated, so we're going to try this again. See what we have here. Oh, oopsie. A bit of take 3. So, what I had to do here, and I had to get really creative, is that I replaced the 2x16 kit with a 4x8 kit, and I had to be really creative with the fan, with the screws for the cooler, because they're somewhere here in the living room, and I don't know where in the living room they are. So, we're going to do this is a take 3, and if this still doesn't post, chances are I may have a dead CPU. Now, fortunately, I have an APU that I know works, so I'm going to figure out what on earth is going on with this, so let's hope for the best, folks. So that's on, that's all on. Okay. This is weird. Okay, I'm back, and we got ourselves a successful post. Now, what I wound up doing is that I actually swapped out this particular kit of memory with the one I know it was working, and lo and behold, people, it's working. Yes, so much yes. So I will be changing some aspects in the description below for the parts. So it used to be the 2x16, it is 4x8. Unfortunately, that's my final decision. So what we're going to do here first and foremost is we're going to go into we're going to enable. That's first and foremost. Then we're going to go into F7. We're going to go into certain aspects here. So we're going to do this. Going to enable that. Now, like I said, I do need to figure out if I could get myself some spare screws for the CPU cooler. So this is going to stand in until I get a pair that fits the theme of the build here. The female driver is going to be happy with this. Now, granted, she cannot upgrade the memory like in the future, and I do apologize. This is like the most sincere apology, but I have to figure out if the RAM here, the 2x16, is bad. But I'm just happy this is up and posting. But part 11 is probably going to be the next part is probably going to be like the final part. I don't know yet. So I'm going to tweak some stuff here in the sense of like making sure I get the stuff I want on it. So we're going to do a bit of a recap here in the sense of you're going to see me go into certain aspects so that way you guys know what I'm doing. There, we got AI tweaker. Okay. Enhancement. I'm going to enable that. Don't ask. There's DOCP. We're going to go into, so you're going to F6. I like to do things at full speed. That's just me. Now, I'm really fortunate to know that it's not the CPU that was bad. It does appear that it's the it was just bad memory. So I'm like, I just got myself out of that. So we're gonna go over here. So we got the QFan control. Gonna exit out of there. Let's see here. Gonna go to F7 here. So there you go. So we do have here DOCP enabled. We have here, they do recognize both of my storage drives. They recognize my motherboard here. All that good stuff. Now, fortunately right here, as you see here, this is not applicable because it's not an AIO pump. It's an air fan, so we're good. So we're going to check, okay. So we have all that enabled, so we're good. Boot menu, mobile devices, monitor, okay. Configuration. Security. Now with this particular headlamp right here, I will need to charge it so that way once I get to the next build, I'm ready to go. Regarding the RAM here, I'm probably going to have to hold on to it, see if I can test it on an Intel platform. Hopefully that works. Let's see, we're going to go AI, Artificial Intelligence Tweaker. We should be good there. Search, okay, exits. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to go tools, utility, secure erase, graphics card information. Okay, post. Okay, now I was looking over here so that way I can figure out, they recognize my the graphics card, which they do. I'm really am happy about that. Now, okay, so we're gonna do all this stuff right here. See the configuration. So, NVMe raid mode. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing this intentionally one more time. Make sure, the boot is consistent. There we go. Now we have here, now they do recognize the CPU, which is good. Okay. So we have DOCMP enabled. Now, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to turn off this, I'm going to get over here. I'm going to turn this computer off so that way, I can actually, get the flash drive ready for a Windows, so that way I can install that. There are things I need to do with this particular build in the sense of figure out where the remaining these two screws, I have to find where these two are for this, so that way it doesn't look like that. If not, I do live near a Home Depot, so I'm not even fretting at the moment, and I can, get some screws like that. So once I get done with all that, and get Windows installed, I do need to get some programs up and running. Now I'm going to put this and another take of part 10 in the one singular video. So it's going to be a lengthy one, and you guys going to have a bit of a laugh on that one. So I'm really amped up with this particular video. With Wolvie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.